very simple thing that you can implement in your game. This is a fold. They'll help you, and we'll show why they help you and why we're playing this game in particular. So this is the only one I could get to run. I was registered in the I keep forgetting that we're down. I shouldn't have shoved. He hasn't called a single shove yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna limp. Definitely gonna be defending here. Check. Yeah. Sorry, I should have limped her. Once we don't, I think we should just jack here on this board. Calling a bet. Got him. Come on, finish, man. Where is it? Holding here. Yeah, I'm gonna call. He's just bluffed enough to. He's just bluffed his jack away. Why don't give me a 50-50 here? Jamming. Alright. So that's done. There's only one reason I had that on, by the way. And the reason we're gonna go through now. Just a little trip to the trip in the rain can trip you up. I'm feeling like headache right now. So now we're gonna just slowly deconstruct like how to manage your bankroll. Average buy-in at least. Right. So the reason, I mean, like that's the only, like there's nothing in the sit and go lobby, but there should be. So first of all, I just want to talk about like there's two types of players that sort of don't understand them. Maybe, well, some just punt a lot of stacks, so that's not good. And then there's players who maybe should understand a little bit better math of poker and paying rake. So let me just see if this is gonna go correctly. uh, Also, I'm gonna just make the chat pop out. um, where's this thing, man? Here. So these are the first busts of yesterday's 2750. Like literally the same person bust like first, second, third, fourth. I don't know in how many hands, but you know, that's basically what happened. Then he was like up top, you know, so obviously you enter one of the stacks, is our stack is going to go on a heater. Here we're gonna fold, and then you have like here in tonight's Sunday, sorry, Night on Stars, he's right up top. In terms of what I'm talking about, in terms of re-entries and like punting, I think, to be honest, out of all the players that I know, there are few that are not on this, you know, list. In terms of like known people, I think Muskan Sethi is the I think most like I played a high roller where I took 5 entries. She's the most like, you know, you lose a tournament or you bust out, get out, that kind of mentality. That's it, you've done, you know. Maybe it was the first hand you re-enter, and that's where I'm gonna go with one last thing, which is just about re-entries. This is an open, by the way. So this isn't right. Like, thing is, so example, like this player did not make it to the money, and he took 6 re-entries. I took 2, and I'm feeling bad about that because one of them was at 20 big blinds. He took 6 re-entries. Team Pro, he took 5 and he min cashed. So on the last entry, you can say that he, because not only are you paying rake, you have to realize, like, you know, like look at here, 5 re-entries for the internet chat. And I'm not saying like, but the thing is like they do it rather regularly. Even if you had a lot of money and like a shitload of bankroll, you're gonna lose this tournament so much. So Adi Agarwal, for example, min cashed, right? So which is kind of what is expected when you sort of have this, when you enter here. And the thing is, they're entering at like right at the last moment, you know, with like 1 minute to go, with, you can say, registration 1 minute to go, and he will still have a re-entry here, this guy. And someone said that this guy is a really great player. Damn, man. That's the basic math he's missing then. So why was I playing the heads up sit and goes? Because right now there's nobody playing them, and I think there should be people playing them. And sure, you can say, yeah, I took 1 more entry and I did, you know, min cash because it was only 11 from, you know, the money, which is what your average, like, you're not even gonna make it to the money on most of the times. So why not just go in here and play these, plays a 3k heads up, you know, you win more often. You've got one player to you're up against one player. It's kind of like a good practice for heads up play. um so yeah, like I try to get some to run, but just wanted to show you we won that one pretty sure. Like we're gonna win like a 10 night on stars, and this is what I mean by bankroll management. um can we ISO these two guys call? I think this is just dry enough that we should stab at it. Usually I wouldn't, but we're in position, dry board. Yes, he does have like a lot of 3x and 5x in his range, some bad jack x as well. We've got outs versus that, uh, not versus jack x, but like just his range. And here, yeah, pretty easy check. It's not the best card, but he doesn't have ace king, right? uh Man, this is close to a jam. Trying to think what he has here. Like a lot of two pairs. Queen jack, no. I think we should just call. Um, yeah, he probably pays us off, but I think it's fine. But I seriously thought about like just two bet jamming, and I don't think he's folding. Uh, thing is, um, I three bet, right? No, I isolated. So even from small blind, he has some like queen jack offsuit and stuff like that. We didn't have. He also has some pairs, right? And we don't have the nuts. But that was very close to being a two bet jam. And in fact, I wanna actually see if we should be doing that. Um, in the matter, it's not gonna make that much difference. But so sometimes this will happen, and then you have to. I would say like you have to do not what Prison Mike does. Think take a leaf from like Muskan Sethi. I've only ever seen her like at two re-entries. Uh, and a lot of players do it from frustration. A lot of players do it because they think they're 10 from the money. The thing is, PokerStars has a 15% pay structure, around 15%. When you're 10 from the money, you're the same number of players away from the money that you would be in the big 22, when a certain amount of field is left. And it's all about the average stack. So if your average stack is low, it doesn't matter if you're 10 from the money. Yes, you're gonna get in the money a little bit more often, but you're still gonna need like a double up or something. And I think that's the same with like uh, big 22. So let's just go over our hands today, because never shy away from mistakes or whatever you do. So remember the guy that I showed you earlier with the 4 re-entries? He's like right now on top. So oh, this is from last night. Sorry, this is when my internet was not working. My bad. Lots of kings being rolled out here. Oh, there it is. I would rather defend a king, suited king, than this. Alright, so we have up under the gun, pocket kings. and we small blind 3 bets us, big blind. This is that same guy. So this is basically like he's punting, right? He's already like 3 binds deep or 3 binds in. We call. So what? But this is like basically level 2 or something like that. Yeah, it's 120, right? So obviously we're gonna re-enter, and um, that's what we did. Split his hand. Think as the second. No. I think with the suits that we have, we should see bet just because we want Queen Jack to fold. We want some protection here. So this is fine. So this is where like maybe your out of position C bet should be coming from. Is like hands that sort of need protection, but also and you get cool. Could have just hit a queen. Oh, who cares? If you actually look at my hands from last night, uh, happens, man. Like this is a win for us. Um, but I've seen a lot of players, and I've had a lot of students who just this is what they don't like. Then they also see like players from that stable just re-entering, 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 re-entering. They're losing money. Literally, like most of them need to win like a huge tournament every other day to like stay afloat, sort of thing. Uh, Here deuce 5 offsuit is just about the bottom of my limping range. I'd let some of it go some of the times. Jack 7 8 is again not a board we bet on. Um, uh, but I'm gonna raise it, raise fold. Alright, so what did we do here? We got him. Yeah, this is fine. 7-5 is probably the bottom of our range. In position, I decide to defend. Yeah, it's fine. Kind of light, kind of on the you know, like sort of. You don't need to do it. I'd rather do it with King 7 suited. Again, suited kings are just not defended enough versus versus 3 bets. He bets small. We jam. I think jamming here with look at what's in the pot. Sometimes people get stuck with like, oh, I have a lot of big blinds, I shouldn't be jamming. No, look at the SPR here. What are you gonna do with like a 3x raise or 2.5x raise? There's 7,000 in the pot. That's basically your stack in the pot, and you've got rainbow board 6-2-3 doesn't hit his 3 betting range. You've got equity, maybe even like 7 is live, because again he doesn't have hands that have a lot of like 7x or something like that, or just straight combos. So just jam. It's gonna fold. Just don't think about it. Think about it this way. Like again, this is something I've seen. People here will just either call or which given his sizing is just not right. 7k in the middle. It's a game of opportunity cost. You jam here. I think you gotta run your equity here with what's in the pot, the way the action went. Okay, what happened here? Yeah, so this is also an interesting hand. It's a very interesting hand, in fact. I think it should just be a pre-flop fold. So we turn two pair. I also bet because I will be betting. Um, Actually, I don't know. I think we should be betting more like trips or something because that's the combo that we will be leading, right? Uh, so we get raised, obviously gonna call, and then the flush comes in, which we do block, but it's not a relevant blocker. And then we check and just get jammed on. Now we he could be bluffing. Thing is, this is just not a call. Not with the stack that we have. So I've seen this a lot too. Once you like get kind of getting married to a hand, it used to be top pair. Now it's like, oh, I have two pair. What happened? Oh yeah, I know this hand. Muck this on up. Open is fine. I think we should just fold here. This is too early position to be defending the suited king. Uh, Flop 935. He bets. We call. I think we should raise. It doesn't matter if it's the same guy we raised earlier. So we've got a gutter ball. Again, we've got like a stack to pot ratio that's really horrible. He jams. I end up doing basically punting. Hey, at least an 8 was also now. Anyways, so at least we had. If you had, no. I don't know if I did or not, but yeah, we double up here. Then the next hand, like standard bust. Now this is already my second re-entry, right? It's 300, and I think the starting stack is what? Um, the starting stack. Tomorrow's the high roller, right? Remember that. We final table that last time. So there's always tomorrow. Is all I'm trying to say. But if you look at what's happening right now, you have to just look at average stack. It's 1/3 of you. If you enter right now with 47 minutes to go, it's going to be like this guy's already at like 6 entries. I just don't know how that's possible. Must have ran like insanely crazy to end up at like the 6th entry. Uh, Not 3 hours have passed. So at this point, I would not enter this tournament. And in fact, this will help with higher guarantees. As absurd as it sounds, this is a c-bet. Uh, um, Mainly because the next day you're gonna wake up with more money and you're gonna be able to play, and that goes and that rings out for the entire field. They're gonna all have like more money. you know, all recreational players are gonna have more money. You're not gonna enter your fourth entry or sixth entry would have been 16K or something, right? 15 or 16K. And what would that be? That would have been, that would have meant you would have had to get seventh, I think. It was 1 lakh, right? Which is 15%. I just know PokerStars payout structures by heart. Yeah, it was 1.1. That. Okay, so I did use round figure numbers, but let's just look at it. Sorry, what am I doing? Jack. So I think this would have been like seventh or eighth yesterday. 17,555. Okay, we're gonna bet. Sometimes we're gonna be betting here with two queens. We unblock the hearts. And when nothing comes in, doesn't like, it's not like 10 or like anything, another heart or anything. We're gonna bet big. And by big, I mean big. We've got set of a boat. When are we gonna bet, right? So 1755, I think was seventh or. This is a board we don't bet on. Oh, come on. Oh, we can look at here. This is just gonna be a bad fold. Sick one though. No, not sick. This 4. But even with the 4, I'd probably bet there. Okay. Maybe I was wrong. No. Holy jeez. 7th was 17. 419. We came up with. Okay, I have the settings that like take away seal focus. We're at 1755. 17419 was 7th. So yeah, it would have taken you 7th to get into profit. It's just nasty, man. Alright, I have. Oh man, this headache. So you have to manage your average buy-in, Joe. There's no shame in like playing low stakes, leaving a tournament, stuff like that. It's just nothing wrong with that. I know so many players who win a lot more money playing low stakes. And anyone that says like you're playing 500 INR tournament, you must be broke, just doesn't know poker. So yeah, you will have more guarantees because you'll have more players. You're not gonna get like 50 new players on the site in one day. So save your money for tomorrow. Let like people who want to get in and are regulars and want to like just, I don't know what, just think about it, like it's almost like a sit and go. You're paying at that point you're paying more than 10% of what's up top as the buy-in. That kind of pay structure, what used to be the $30 18 man used to be $180 up top. That used to be 30%. That's an 18 man. So I can imagine that the on-demands are probably like you're getting paid like probably 20% of what you know put in. So it doesn't make any sense. So you have to manage your average buy-in so that you can play tomorrow eventually. um, that's it. If you're feeling a bit sick, you can stream, or you can play one table. You can, if I didn't have a stream schedule today, I wouldn't even have played. I would have played one table like Night on Stars and be done with it. But you know, whatever. uh, this is a pretty fine tournament too. It's got 58 minutes late reg left, and we've done a hand history review on this format, as well as we've gotten third in a similar format, which was the Saturday Speedster. It was a pretty good week, man. We got 3 final tables on 3 major tournaments. This is somewhat of a major tournament, I would imagine. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go and eat some Tylenol. I wish I had something stronger. Any gin there, but no, we don't. Yeah. So this is also something, again, like people will see. You have to realize, like, even if they're like ignoring a bit of math and like sure, like, you know, the up top money for a tournament is a lot. So rake isn't that big of a deal, but so you know, I just play another tournament, I just play another day. But say you get in at like 10 big blinds, right? And this is something, I mean, so we had aces, and this is gonna sound really absurd, but I had a note on the guy to just jam, like over jam, do whatever. Like he's just like calling station. So I jammed 300 big blinds. Sure enough, he calls with like, I don't know, like 6 high or 6 top pair, like 6, whatever was the top pair on the board or something. And then there's a guy right next to him. Is like, this prison Mike also wins tournaments. To me, he's also from PokerStars. Yeah, I'm a PokerStars customer. But right before that, he talked about Adi Agarwal getting a runner in some tournament, and I think he was also talking about like after having late registered or something. And again, like, and I try to tell this to like people who come for advice to me anyways, like when you're at 10 big blinds, what will happen? What is your strategy versus open versus like when I had like those 77 chips and like sixes? Sure, I had sixes, but you know, what else would I do? Yeah, we're gonna defend here. That was a quick one. That's what she said. That's what she said. So, you know, so say someone is at like that kind of stack. You know, even if this villain is at say 8k, 9k, 10k. No, let's just this stack, or 8k, and we have say like ace 2 suited, and he's at like 8 big, right? And he jams, we call because we've got ace 2 suited. His jamming range includes like king jack, king queen 10, you know, sure, some ace x as well, and like ace 2 is sort of like kind of, ace 3 would be like a better hand to call with, but still it's still a call. There's enough combos because there's so many offsuit combos here that are like weaker broadways, and ace x has better equity. You've already put in one big blind, so obviously this is going to happen, right? Obviously, like, if this would never happen. So the reason why, like, on final tables or on um, any sort of uh, situation where like stacks are at, basically the strategy is to like go after each other's stack because it's shallow, it's 20 big blinds, chip leader like 10 big blinds. I played a tournament on AC BCP. Chip leader was 12 big blinds. I had 8 big blinds, and there's the jam. We were four-handed, another jam, another call. So jam, call, jam by the chip leader, call, and then a call, and then I'm the last one to act pre-flop, and I have ace king suited, I think, or ace king all suited, one of the two hands. Ace king suited, I think, and I folded, and suddenly we are heads up. See why someone would feel like, oh, like so and so re-entered and entered at a short stack or whatever, or they were at a short stack and they got like they got lucky. No, basically they got exactly what happens when you have short stacks at play. You're gonna get wide ranges going in, and then stuff you usually don't see. Now maybe he would have opened, I would have defended 3 deuce and hit 2 deuces. Like 5s probably wouldn't have gone all in. Like at 100 big blinds he wouldn't have stacked off or anything. We wouldn't have seen his cards, probably wouldn't have seen my cards. So stuff like that, definitely, like, you just have to keep in mind that it happens. Which is $30, and this is more like, no, this is $30. But by bucks I mean dollars. Yeah, it's $27. Which is basically my average buy-in. Here I have to make it so that y'all can see it. So it appeals, it looks good, everything, but it's just not good. Yeah, I mean, so we played $27 worth of tournaments. My stack, my average stake is $31.